Fullmetal Panic Fumoffu is my favorite comedy anime, and honestly, I don't even really like the other seasons of the show. They're fine, don't get me wrong, but the tone of these other seasons is too messy with seriousness and random comedy to ever feel serious when it needs to. As well as besides the anime tone shifts, its plot's really nothing to write home about. However, Fullmetal Panic Fumoffu is a side story of the Fullmetal Panic series. It's purely comedy and has zero plot progression at all during the 12-episode length. Instead, Fumoffu focuses purely on comedy and the menace that is truly Sagara Sosuke. Relationships grow more, but other than that, nothing really advances. Sosuke is a 17-year-old kid who has never known anything other than the battlefield. He's the true essence of a soldier. He's incredibly skilled in combat and very smart on the battlefield. Although at the same time, he's very dumb about everything else life has to offer him, so when his next mission is to protect Kaname Chidori, the student council president, he finds himself struggling with social interaction without even really realizing it himself due to his insanely military nature. Chidori has to be protected due to her whispered abilities that lie within her body that terrorist organizations want to have for their plans. Although, honestly, don't really think about that too much because it really doesn't matter for this season, nor is it really that interesting. So Sosuke finds himself having to protect Chidori with negative social awareness or understanding. He stalks every inch of her life to a very disturbing degree and has set up countless protective measures. This means he's booby-trapped every single inch of her life, from her school desk to her locker to her path home from school. He has literally everything trapped, but honestly, no one is really ever coming to take her, so it ends up in countless failed traps that end up hurting or messing with someone else in the school, or even Chidori herself, ironically enough. These exchanges and scenarios are hilarious and stick together so perfectly, it's honestly hard to put it into words. Sosuke's voice actor Seki Tomokazu absolutely nails his performance as well. He gives the perfect charismatic nature and confidence in his tone that makes every piece of dialogue hit so perfectly. Honestly, I enjoyed all the performances from the voice actors. Chidori's voice actor Yukino Satsuki gets Chidori's annoying / angry but also very caring tone amazingly, and Yukana does amazing at getting Tessa's soft, quiet tone with a hint of mischievous intent. Tessa is the captain of the military group that is directly involved with Sosuke and by correlation can also assign him orders, but it's not really her place to do so. She starts to develop feelings for Sosuke beyond a professional level, leading to a love triangle between her and Chidori over Sosuke. It's not really a painful love triangle either, where you want someone to end up with the other person really badly and you can't stand seeing it without that. Nonetheless, they get into fights of their own, but also at the same time they are still close friends and have meaningful conversations every now and then, and even discuss Sosuke's peculiar military charm. My only complaint with Tessa is that she doesn't see enough screen time during the season, being only a support character compared to her main character role in the first season. It's always great whenever she's on screen, however, and can make those hilarious episodes with her all the more enjoyable. The cast coming together for these silly games and things to kill time on are extremely hilarious. Seeing how many girls Sosuke can get the numbers of to visit him at the park for a competition and doing it by the most not okay means possible, to seeing him train a whole group of cowardly rugby players to become killing machines on the field through a literally lethal training regimen will never not be funny. I believe this show to have some of the most funny slapstick comedy ever, making it my favorite comedy anime of all time and a show I highly recommend for you to check out if you're ever in the mood for a laugh.